We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
hey Mike.
Go for it, kid.
We're live, pal. Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 150, with your boys. First, I am that leg slap professor, Mike EQ, and I am joined first by the returning.
I forgot how to do this shit. King V, aka Trey Miguel O'Hara. Shout outs for those Spider-Man fans who understood that reference. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. And I'm also joined by
your boy DJ Knuckles in the building, aka Mr. Thursday Night, BKA New Horizons, New Areas, New Scenery. And we out here one more time.
All right. So does that mean you're not going to be in the car anymore?
No, that means that there's.
I'm screaming.
That means there are plentiful opportunities for the people who we are about to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Segue there. Yeah.
That's a great segue because
let's go segue.
I didn't know where we were going with that.
Well, I mean, I know where we're going. We're going to the WWE releases today. Shout out to everybody that's watching, that's listening. We're gonna jump right into it here. Big day in wrestling, I guess you can say. Some key people were released out of their WWE contracts today. A lot of news going on here. Let's just get right into it. So I have the list here. So and we'll comment on them after we read the list. But okay, so from what I have here, Dana Brooke, Quincy Miller, Montour, Mace, Shanky, Bryson Montana, Navocado, Rick Booz, Top Dollar, Who's Hotter, a whole lot of Aaliyah, Mad Cat Moss. I'm not laughing at him being released. I'm just laughing at that. Mad Cat Moss, Emma, Mustafa Ali, Elias, Shelton Benjamin, and arguably the most surprising here, Dolph Ziggler. V, would you like to take this away?
Sure, why not? You know, it's been a long time, and I left y'all without the beat to step to. So, you know, whatever. So Dolph Ziggler was definitely the surprise for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. What sucks is that a lot of the people that were released, excluding the NXT people there, weren't really being booked, which is really messed up. You know, Emma is the one that Tennille is the one that kind of annoyed me a little bit because they brought her back to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what's the point? Like, she's good in the ring. Let's not sit here and play like she's not good in the ring. She's good in the ring. And they just did not find anything for her. And that was really disappointing. Shelton Benjamin, a fucking legend. Let's be real. He's going to be good. You know, I think all of these people are going to be good regardless. Aaliyah Grande, they weren't doing anything with her. I personally don't forget the N-words that she used on Twitter, so I'm going to leave that there.
Isn't she the one that was in the Cinderella story with Raquel Rodriguez?
Yeah, that was the one that threw up in the ring. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't forget N-words that non-Black people use, so I'm just going to leave that there. Quincy Miller.
That one disappointed me a little bit.
Well, he disappointed me. Well, they disappointed me prior to them being released, being super, super mean girlish and transphobic. So, moving on. Rick Boogs. Damn. Like, he had a lot of potential. Elias really, I think Elias is another one that kind of made me upset too because Elias was really over as Elias, and I hated them doing the Ezekiel thing. I've said it on this show before, when I wasn't MIA. I never really liked the Ezekiel thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Um, I'm pretty sure everybody knows I love Dana Brooke. Like she was just on NXT.
They had her playing a weird character.
It see what I think was messed up because this is like a Cameron situation or Ariane situation where you go back to NXT to revive your career or to make a change and show that you actually have a passion in this business, and then you get dropped like that. And I think that was really upsetting. I hope she stays in the business and goes elsewhere and continues on because she was really improving. And I've always been a Dana Brooks supporter. You know this because I do believe that she has that type of potential to be really, really good, and she's been trying. It's not like she's not trying; she's trying. Mustafa Ali, that pissed me off. That's all I got to say about that. That pissed me off. Top Dollar, that one also upset me because once again, y'all know I like Hit Row, and
You might be the only one.
that's fine. I'll be okay because I like Hit Row, and and I haven't heard besides the dirt sheets that try to this black man, da, 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 he's hard to work with. I've never heard anybody else say anything bad about him. So,
Right.
I can't sit here and be like, I don't know him personally, never met him, but he does seem like a great guy, and he is also passionate about the business, and that kind of messed with me. It's just like, okay, so BFAB, Asante, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be okay. We don't know because once again, y'all breaking up tag teams. If they would have got sent back to NXT, that probably would have been something, good for them also. Mustafa Ali. I'm trying not to go through everybody, but Mustafa Ali, that one.
Well,
Come on.
well, V, let me, well,
Come
V,
on.
let me ask,
Wait,
V, let me ask you a
Knuckles.
question.
Knuckles, before you do that, hold on. There's like bad static going on. I don't know if it's the microphone.
It's
It is.
bad static and an echo.
Is it?
Yeah, so let's just try to get that settled. We are live, guys. Queen of Queens.
I'm screaming. Oh, that's it. Check.
Do you think Nia Jax should be suspended again because she keeps injuring other talent? She didn't injure anybody this time around.
She hasn't injured anybody. So the thing about Nia Jax, right? I think that. Let me fix this. Hold on.
Okay. Yep.
Is this better?
Perfect.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
man, it was killing us.
That was
Perfect.
on my end. My bad,
That's
y'all.
Yeah, it's all good. And I
So
kind of interrupted Knuckles' question. I'm sorry. Don't forget your question, Knuckles. But go ahead.
I
yeah,
got
don't
it.
forget your question. So my issue with the Nia Jax thing, besides what 2 people that we could say that she maybe have given a concussion to, maybe I don't know. A lot of this can be boiled down to misogyny. To be quite frank, to be really Frank Mitchell, Frank Ocean, Frank Sinatra, Frankie Beans. Because it's a lot of
Frank
male
Caliendo.
wrestlers. Yes, Frank Costello. Like it's a lot of male wrestlers that are not safe, but they don't get as much as as much vitriol as Nia does.
Where's Holland? Huh? Oh.
Okay, and
It's
that's on
funny
Big
because it's
E.
true.
Okay, because three isn't enough. I need 5. Like
Three ain't enough,
it,
man. I need 5.
the whole thing with Naya. Okay, I get it. You know, with her being a bigger girl, you know, she is subjected to a lot more scrutiny.
Yeah.
If it was a smaller female wrestler, but regardless, she is a female wrestler, so she's gonna get that scrutiny anyway. So no, I don't think Nia Jax should be suspended because she keeps injuring other talent. You know who? You know what? Never mind. You know who should get suspended? Matt Riddle.
Bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he used to.
Lying about sexual assault, slapping Gunther. You know, being on a grab bag of drugs. Yeah,
Wow.
Matt
Grab
Riddle
bag.
Matt Riddle
He
should be.
slapped Gunther.
Well, he was suspended.
So
Remember?
Matt Riddle should be suspended.
He
If
slapped
anybody
Gunther.
needs to go, it needs to be him. But
Wow.
anyway,
Wait,
anyway.
wait.
Oh,
He s-
y'all missed
he
it. Yeah.
slapped Gunther.
So there, Masay and Mansoor had a Twitch stream, and this is when I get nerdy. And they talked about him slapping Gunther, and Gunther didn't do anything strictly because probably he didn't want to lose the title, and probably because he probably would have destroyed him, dragged him
Yeah,
up and down the Mississippi River,
Mm.
and
Mississippi.
like all up and down I-10. But
Oh,
I the hate that Nia Jax gets, besides being anti-vax and racist adjacent,
Which is
um,
Jason's crazy.
other than that, her work hasn't really been bad. Truly, okay, yes, she fucked up Becky. That made Becky. Okay, so I can't really say anything. Well, yeah, it's fucked up, but shit happens. It's wrestling.
Yeah.
Whatever. So no to Nia Jax. I'm sorry, Douglas. What was your question?
okay. Now I have 2.
Okay,
Well, I have a
2.
question. I have a question and a statement. Let me make the statement first of all, since we're on the Nia Jax topic. Um, isn't this kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Contrarian of some people to complain about Nia Jax, but really she's about to be the savior of this whole women's division storyline.
Woo! Slow down. I don't know about Savior. I'm not giving her that much, even though Nia's work is not bad. I'm
The
not
thing
giving her
about
a
it,
lot.
I'm not so much talking about her work. I'm talking about Rhea's competition.
Okay. So I smell what you're stepping in. So this is hard because apparently somebody else got signed recently,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't know about that, but Rhea
And I want
essentially
your opinion
ran through,
also. But we're gonna go.
Rhea essentially ran through the entire women's division,
Like
and
diarrhea. Facts.
ran through the entire women's division like Sunny on a Saturday night. And
Wow.
I fuck her
What?
anyway.
And I thought my comment was bad.
Yikes.
All right.
What are we
I
doing?
don't give a fuck. She's a murderer anyway.
All right.
Did we figure that? But
Jeez, would you look at the
yeah.
time? Yeah,
I
got
don't
it.
think I don't think she would be a savior, but yes, she has ran through everybody. Like she ran down on a bitch twice. Very Cardi B. I think the issue is that the booking in the women's division is so fucking lackluster. On the Raw women's division, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
On the Raw women's division, let me rephrase that.
No, I'm not.
On the Raw women's division, and it's just like the talent is there. The writing is not. The booking is not. We have Rhea being the dominatrix of Judgment Day, and she's hardly defending the title. She beat Natalya recently? Didn't Natalya get her ass handed to her like on a pink and black platter? Like it's like it's like you have all of this talent and you're doing nothing with it. You're doing nothing with it.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna read this comment. A hurricane was supposed to be somewhere and you can get an autograph, and pictures in it says he charged $60 for an autograph. Do you think that's too greedy? From a 2. I think $20 is fair. So I have nothing for Glenn. I have nothing for
Whiner.
Glenn Jacobs. I have
Nothing for
nothing
Glenn
for Glenn.
Jacobs.
I have nothing for him. I have nothing for. Let me rephrase that. I have nothing nice for him.
Well, we're not
Why?
talking about Glenn Jacobs. We're talking about Kane.
I have
Okay.
nothing nice for Kane either.
It's gotta be Kane. All right.
Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
on to my question that I
Yeah.
did not forget. They released Top Dollar.
Who hotter?
Okay.
A
A
whole
lot,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are the plans for BFAB? What are the
I had
plans for
something mean, and I'm
BFAB?
not gonna say
And
it.
like, why would they single him out when
What's next for
really,
B-Fab and Ashanti the Adonis?
right? Why would they
And
single
employment?
Top Dollar out when really none of the three are actually doing anything? Not saying that I
Because
wanted them to or they deserve to lose their jobs, but I'm saying like, why? What makes? I
Can I?
find that funny.
I don't find that funny. Well, I know what you mean by I find that funny, but I don't find that funny. I find it typical. Usually when wrestlers that are of let me fucking say it. Fuck it. I'm back in this bitch. When non-white wrestlers stand up for themselves or stand up for other non-white wrestlers, they are automatically seen as a threat. Because remember, the reason why people hate Top Dollars. Remember when last year when BFAB got released, I believe she got released first, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And please correct me if I'm wrong. Top Dollar was the first one to stand up for her.
Yeah.
And people hate black women anyway. And I feel like this is some type of. I know people was like, "Oh,
Retaliation.
Michael Cole." Yeah. To me, it is. It is kind of messed up. It is like, "Oh, Michael Cole." Da 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 da. Top Dollar's going on record saying him and Michael Cole are cool.
Yeah.
So it's not even that whole burial thing. I think it's the whole schematics of it. The whole, I guess, since Vince McMahon is gone, still being creeped somewhere. Those people that were speaking out, like Mustafa Ali, even though he did one out, at first, those people are automatically, they're going to be the first ones to go. Imagine we get a new hurricane that's going to hit and they call it Hurricane Helms.
Stand back. Go ahead,
Oh,
B.
he's talking about it.
I'm not going to lie. I might pop, but at the same time, what's up with that? Anyway.
What's up with that? Oh, man.
Anyway.
We love Shane Helms, by the way. I'm gonna make that clear. We love Shane Helms, but yes, continue.
We do. And I just, it's just like a whole fucked up situation, honestly. And loyalty clearly doesn't mean shit because Dolph Ziggler's gone.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler has been there. Funny things, I didn't even know he was there for that long. And it was so funny. Shout out to my little brother. I was reminded that he was in the Spirit Squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot, and part of me forgot he was in the Spirit Squad because I kind of like
Nikki.
Yeah,
that's right.
And it's like this man has had a 20-year career. He's had one of the best, and I don't care what anybody says. He had one of the best Money in the Bank cash-ins ever.
Yeah, if not the best.
And
Rollins at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Rollins. That's the only exception.
Might be the second.
Sure, it might be the exception, but other than that, Dolph Ziggler is amazing in what he does, and whether he decides to continue wrestling or not, he's going to be good, I think. Like I think he's gonna be good.
Me and
But when it comes to the NXT level up talent, some of them haven't debuted on TV yet, or maybe had one match on level up or something like that. That's also unfortunate because they didn't really get a chance to show them what they can do. So it's like one of those things that's cut short. Yeah, it's with mergers, shit happens, right?
Yeah.
It's business. Business is shady as fuck. We know this. And, I wish everybody except for the racists, the transphobes, and the creeps, I wish them, the rest of the people, the best.
Stephanie looking real smart, right?
McMahon?
Yep. She got the
I
hell
was like,
up out
which.
He got up out of there, yeah.
She got the hell
All
up
right.
out of there.
I'm not gonna go through like this whole like list. There's some people that I kind of expected. Aaliyah had a job there for 8 years, and like 5 years in, people were wondering how she still had a job there. Top Dollar, like I mean, I think he'll be fine. And you guys asked what was gonna happen with BFAB and Ashanti the Adonis. I don't think they're gonna last that long either.
So can I go out on a limb like Tina Marie and say that BFAB might continue the tradition of being the lone girl that just surprises everyone?
Maybe
When you think of the Carmella and Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross,
yeah,
I think, especially because BFAB is working with Natalia, is training with Natalia.
yeah.
Natalia can do no wrong, essentially.
Yeah.
Natalia can make like Gumby look like $1 million.
Right.
So I think that if they try to do something with BFAB and have her with Natalia, or have her work with Natalia, or she continues training with Natalia, I think she has the ability to stand out.
Yeah.
And I'm always gonna root for BFAB over here. I don't care.
I hear you.
I also wouldn't mind that group being newest members of Mogul affiliates.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Later on down the line,
I don't know.
obviously.
Yeah. Let's just keep going. All right, so Elias is really unfortunate. Elias, I felt like he had a bright future in WWE, and they just did not know how to capitalize on it. At one point, Elias was like getting the most heat in the whole company when he's a heel. When he wanted you to silence his cell phone, your cell phone, and shut up and listen to him.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. I thought that got over crazy. And it's unfortunate with Elias. Mustafa Ali, he asked for his release before and they didn't grant it to him. So yeah, it is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like Mustafa wanted to leave. So at this point, it's like, all right, just let him go. You know what I mean? Like at this point, if you don't see him as a world champion or as a major champion, if you don't have anything really good for him, then just let him go and kill it. I think Knuckles said to me privately, like he could kill it on Impact. Yeah, I think Ali would be fine on an Impact. Yeah,
absolutely.
So Mustafa Ali is one of those guys I'm not worried about at all because I think he's gonna be fine. He literally could go anywhere. Emma and Madcap Moss, not surprised at all. Emma, they did nothing with Emma since she's been back. And it's unfortunate you're gonna hear that a lot just because Emma was really good at Impact, and what she was doing there. And I thought she might get a bigger push when she came back to WWE, but they didn't do anything with her. I mentioned Aaliyah already. And Aaliyah's still very young. If Aaliyah still wants to wrestle, I think Aaliyah's like 28 years old. So if Aaliyah still wants to wrestle, she'll be fine if that's what she wants to do. I'm trying to go through this quickly. Nabakato, I don't know. Go ahead, Knuckles.
Mike, let me say something real quick. See, this is solid proof. And if you don't believe it now, if you didn't believe it then, believe it now. This is solid proof that WWE is not for everybody.
True.
Just because it is
who?
Just because it is the top company in sports entertainment right now does not necessarily mean it's a perfect fit for everybody. Just like you just said,
Mm.
Emma was killing it in Impact.
Yeah.
She was the
Extra
perfect
Impact.
fit for Impact,
Mm.
and then came to WWE and was hardly ever utilized.
Yeah.
So sometimes that grass is not greener on the other side. Sometimes you just gotta stick with what you know and stay where you at.
Sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side.
That's
So
true.
you
Someone
know,
once told me the grass is greener on the other side. Sorry, that's all about Ginger. Let the
oh
jump.
wow,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
yeah, I look for Dolph. I look for Dolph to go to AEW and be in
I
that
didn't. Yeah.
TNT Championships.
I was gonna get to Dolph. I see. I disagree with that. I don't think Dolph should be winning any TNT champion. I don't think he should be winning any championships at AEW. I think if they're gonna use Dolph, use him to elevate other talents. And if he does, okay, if he does win a title, it should be literally just used to get somebody else younger over. I
Or
don't think
tag
Dolph.
with his brother.
He can
I know
tag with his
people.
brother
I
to get his
think his
brother
brother
over a little
posted
bit.
that. I think his brother posted that picture. I forgot
Who's his
his
brother?
Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan
Ryan
Nemeth.
Nemeth. Yes,
Ryan.
yes,
Okay, I
yes.
just wanted to
Ryan
make
Nemeth.
sure.
Yep.
So
Oh, his
yeah, he
brother's
posted that.
Ryan Nemeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
They look almost exactly
they
alike, bro.
look alike.
Like,
Dolph. I think
yeah,
Dolph is the.
I would have never put that together. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense.
That's his younger brother.
yeah.
But yeah, that could work. You know, the Nemeths tag team, they could that could work. But I do think wherever wherever Dolph decides to go, he's going to have a job. Like he'll have a job anywhere. I think
Yeah.
I said Elias. I meant Dolph Ziggler. If I said
You
Elias,
meant. I know what you meant. You meant
I
Dolph
meant Dolph
Ziggler.
Ziggler. Elias too, because I think Elias is creative and I think he's talented. But
Oh, very.
Dolph, I think Dolph has had. You guys mentioned his accolades already. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I get sure he wouldn't headline that Hall of Fame class, but he's a Hall of Famer. You could put him in to the Hall of Fame class and nobody could question it. Nobody
Right.
could throw down on it. Oh, is he really Hall of Fame? Yes. Because if you're gonna throw the Miz into the Hall of Fame, which the Miz is going to go into the Hall of Fame, guys.
I agree.
And rightfully so. If you're gonna throw Miz in and like Sheamus and guys like that, Dolph is definitely top of that class. You know, that came in during that time period. So Dolph will be fine. I think that's Dana. If she wants to continue to wrestle, I'm sure Impact will have
Yeah,
her.
Dana
You
would be
know,
good for Impact.
Yeah, she
yeah,
would be.
yeah. You know, so I think Dana will be okay. But again, Dana is somebody that I think WWE knew they weren't ever going to fully invest in Dana Brooke, and that's why at this point they're just like, you know what, let's just release her. I don't think they knew how to market Dana, and I think that she's better suited outside of WWE at this point.
I think they fucked up with Dana personally when that whole her and Charlotte situation.
Yeah,
That they missed a huge opportunity for Charlotte to put Dana over, not necessarily as champion,
yeah,
but shows that she can hang.
mm-hmm.
Because there was a time where Dana was getting better, and people feel like she regressed. That's all because she wasn't on TV,
Yeah,
and then she started being on TV again, and then winning the 24/7 championship, and then her actually treating that title belt
Like it was important.
like it
Belt,
was important.
belt.
And
Right.
I think that like she was literally trying. It's not like she was like, yeah. No, she was legitimately trying. Like she
Right.
had an actual passion. Not yes, Mike. I did say belt.
yeah. I was just trying to figure
She
out
had
what was said
she
because
had a
I didn't hear it.
legitimate passion for the
Belt.
business, and it's just unfortunate that she wasn't able to fully show what she can really do.
Yeah, I. What are you looking for the championship?
The belt.
No, I was looking
Uh,
at my belt over there. The light was shining on it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
Oh, the ones you're gonna wear tomorrow in your jeans. I got it. All right. Yeah, and I agree with you, V. I don't think she ever really had the chance to show what she really could do out there. And I think just based on her booking, she just wasn't gonna be that top star for the women's division, whether it be NXT
I mean, she didn't have to be the top star, but for me,
or
it's just
a
like
top star.
Or a top star. She could be like a mid card type, female star. Like she has that potential, but we see the same people every week. Excuse me. We see the same people every week on Raw, and it's just like you can't say that people don't try when we see them trying.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We see them trying. Like Dana was trying. Like sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. The NXT crowd full of unfucked neckbeards, had feelings about her because they could never, get a caliber of woman like her or any woman, period. Or, men, theys and thems, whoever they're into, you can't get it. So it's just, it's irritating a lot of times. The women get, I think for me, as a women's wrestling connoisseur, it gets annoying when certain women get released because, or no, I was when women get released in general because a lot of times they're not booked.
Yeah.
A lot of them are not booked. If you're not a Rhea Ripley, if you're not a Io Sky or a Bailey or Bianca Belair, you don't get booked. And, yes, we have to have those main event women's wrestlers, but we also need a mid card and we need an undercard. We need, I think every single level of wrestler, whether you're male, female, however you identify, gender wise, you're needed in that space because we're going to need somebody to get put over. We need to put over somebody. We're going to need somebody for the future. We're going to need, I don't want to say a jobber, but we're going to need an undercard wrestler. We're going to need a mid-card wrestler. We're going to need somebody that we believe in, but we don't believe they can be a main eventer. We're going to need somebody that is a main eventer. We're going to need somebody that, needs to put over other talent. It's just unfortunate a lot of times where these people don't get booked and you have the same people every single week. And yes, we have the Bloodline storyline, which Roman Reigns we haven't been seeing in weeks. We have, the Judgment Day. We have those factions or those different kinds of stories, but we do need mid-level stories. We do need undercard stories, even though we do have, Gunther Vandross and Chad Gable. That's going to be, soon. That's going to happen soon. I think that Gunther is going to drop the title, but we're not there yet. But it's just that a lot of times those people don't get the chance that they should get, and they're automatically put to the side because they don't have the look or, personality, stuff like that. Since a lot of times when it comes to WWE, a lot of it is your character, not more so of your wrestling ability. Maybe
right
that
there.
Okay.
Because that is exactly what I want to talk about with WWE's newest alleged signing in Jade Cargill. Me and Knuckles went on for 30 minutes last week talking about Jade and whether or not she should go to the main roster. And Knuckles, as he turns around in his chair, Knuckles was saying he thought she would benefit from going to NXT. And also, and also, I was outnumbered because you had Ray in the comments talking about it. You had a bunch of people in the comments talking about it, and their sole reason was because she needs work in the ring. My argument, just in case you didn't see it, V, my argument was it doesn't matter if she needs work in the ring right now. Jade,
we'll get to it. Doesn't matter.
We'll get to it. Jade can be a top level star in the WWE. Jade is one of those people that if she's on television, you stop scroll. If you're scrolling through the TV and she's there, you stop and you look, whether because she's attractive, which she is, or whether she just looks, she has that star power, right? It's literally just, okay, who's that? I don't know who this is, but she's a star. Also, and B, I'll let you comment on it in a second. Also, she already has the outside mainstream appeal outside of wrestling, which is what you need in wrestling to draw different eyes to the company. And I know, B, I'm sure you have a lot to say about it. I'm gonna wrap this up because I did spend a lot of time on this last week. If she was just starting out, and this was like 2 years ago, I would say, yeah, send her to NXT. But because she already has primetime exposure on television, I don't think she needs to go to NXT. Roxy was brought up, and I'm like, she's a bigger star than Roxy. Sorry, love Roxy. She's a big star than Roxy. She's a bigger star than almost all the girls down there. I don't know I don't know anybody, with the exception of Becky Lynch, who's the NXT Women's Champion. I don't know anybody that's bigger than Jade Cargill right now. That would be that bigger in NXT or whatever. But I'm very curious as to what you think about this whole thing, because I think she should go right to the main roster and just learn on the go as she goes. But
so, I'm in the middle on this.
Yeah, it's a lot. I know.
I'm in the middle on this because Jade has shown that she can go
Right
with the right opponent.
Right.
Do I think she needs a little bit more ring work? I think anybody would benefit from more training. I'll start by saying that. I think anybody, whether you're a veteran, you're a newcomer, however you identify, I think anybody could benefit from additional training.
Right.
Shooting Jade up to the main roster definitely would benefit her. She has the look. She's strong, she's beautiful. When you see she will make you stop and look.
She looks like a superhero.
She looks like a star.
Honestly. Yeah.
So this is hard because I think I see where you're coming from, Knuckles, because I did see this last week. I see where you're coming from, Knuckles. However, common space, I do see where you're coming from, Mike. Now, what I'm going to say is that I feel that she would benefit from going straight to the main roster. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you why. Because besides Becky Lynch, if she comes to NXT, technically, besides Roxy or Roxanne, she would be a veteran.
Yeah, technically.
And veteran in a sense where she would have more in-ring experience than a lot of the women down at NXT.
Not just in-ring, television experience.
That too.
All of everything. Like
that
all
too.
across the board.
Now, yes, the NXT system, she is going to have to learn the WWE style. Yes. And the NXT system, yes. She would benefit from doing that. Yes, I agree. I agree with you there, Knuckles. However, I'm not fully agreeing with your ass. Now, where I agree with Mike is that, a lot of the women on the main roster do have years of experience. She can work with an Alba Fire. She can work with an Untitled. She can work with a Rhea Ripley. She can work with an Io Sky. She can work with a Bayley. I think she could work with Bianca Belair, which is the dream match now. That's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
If they don't have them be a tag team. Ooh, that'd be a ass-kicking tag team. Anyway, because, we don't want all my niggas in the whole wide world. We're not doing that. Okay? I
Yeah, I'm listening.
I see where both of you are coming from.
Yeah.
Now, as it pertains to me and how I feel, I am, and this is not being biased, Knuckles, but I am leaning towards Mike. Okay, I am leaning towards her going straight to the main roster, only because one, that'll be a huge pop. People know who she is.
Yeah.
Whatever, this whole WWE versus AEW thing. If you like wrestling, just fucking watch wrestling.
Yes. Agreed.
Regardless if it's regardless if it's WWE, AEW, Trend Packs, because that's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
Trend pack.
I'm
I
rolling.
like that.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
rolling. Yeah.
Trinity calls it that. Trend Pack.
Okay.
Wherever she may go, I think she would work. She would do well working with a Charlotte.
Yeah.
She.
And that was my point. That was
With
my point, that she
the
can learn
right
on the go.
training.
Yes, with the right training, but let's be real.
Let's not act like she's not trained. Like,
Yeah,
Jake's trained.
that's one, and two. She was working with Bryan Danielson.
That's another thing. Like, again, we're not okay. I can understand, like I said, if she was just some girl like starting out and did not have, let me not disrespect, she was just some woman starting out and she didn't have any experience. She has 3 years of wrestling experience at this point and 2 years as a champion, almost 2 years as a champion on the second largest company or the second most known company in the world in AEW. So that was my whole point. I think putting her at NXT would be a waste of time. And I think that's where I kind of like stand on there, because
See, here's where
I agree.
here's where you're getting my words misconstrued. And I think Ray
well,
mentioned
shoot him
it
for me.
when oh well, all right.
I-
So and I think Ray mentioned it when we talked about this topic.
Yeah.
She don't have to be there for a year. Let her be there for like a month, 2 months,
I
just
think
to
it's
get her
still a
feet
waste.
wet.
I think you're
That
wasting
would be a
the
waste.
J-pop.
I think that would be a waste. Truthfully,
I don't know, because like we say, she's in a different system now. Where AEW was pro wrestling, WWE is sports entertainment.
And that's why I think she's gonna be great.
yeah.
That's why I think that's why I think she's
She's
gonna be great.
entertaining.
Yeah.
She's entertaining. She has is like her presence in general. Period. Like her presence is literally breathtaking. Like she's breathtaking. She will be one of the, to me, like when you just look at her, she's breathtaking. So I think that she would benefit more on the main roster, because let's be, to be real, Barry Cheryl Lynn. Let's be real. She has a little bit more experience than, I don't want to say 90, but a good 70
I would
words.
say 80% of them. Yeah. I would say
75-80% of the roster at NXT. And I'm not saying that because those girls can go.
yeah.
However long they've been training in the performance center, those women can go. Whether they have 6 months experience, 1 year experience, those women can go. But
Right.
I think that when it comes to Jade, because she's already known,
Yeah.
whether you know her from wrestling or whether you know her, here I go being a nerd again. If you know her from cosplaying,
Fitness.
yeah,
basketball.
fitness, basketball, if you attend to the HBC, well, if you're part of a Black Greek letter organization, probably know who she is because she's an AKA, and you know who she is because her presence alone is just one of those things where you just have to stop and look at her because she just has, I don't know, it's something about Jade Cargill. She has something. And I've said this on the show before. She has
she's one of us. She's relatable.
Besides
she's one of us.
Besides her being one of us, and I mean one of us,
Right.
but besides her being one of us, it's just like she can go super mainstream, like how people felt about how Mercedes was, and how Trend went viral multiple times, and how Mercedes went viral multiple times, and Bianca going viral multiple times. she can be one of those women that can go viral simply by existing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how much power she has in her presence. And that's just how I feel personally. She has that much power in her presence that she will go viral simply by existing.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about Jay Cargill.
No, and like we spent a lot of time last week, so I pretty much got out how I felt about Jade. Whatever they do with Jade, I'm sure she'll be successful. All these top stars at WWE right now and in the past, like The Rock and Cena, are the reason they are and were top stars is because how they were booked. I'll say. Other mid card stars could have been top stars as well if booked in the same
If
way.
booked
I think is
correctly,
what John,
like Sheldon Benjamin.
yeah, ain't no stopping me now. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. It's all about.
And hold on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where's Cedric
Ding
Alexander?
dong. Oh, I don't know.
At home with the missus.
Shout out to Big Flo.
Where's Cedric Alexander?
At home with the
Hunter,
missus.
Paul, Levesque. Where's Cedric Alexander?
Catering.
Wow.
Because that
No, and that's not a knock
another
on.
one.
No, but that's not a knock
Another
on
man,
Cedric.
another person that is way too talented to not be booked.
Right. No, I'm saying that's not a knock on Cedric. It's a knock on how they're booking him. He's sitting
they
in
had
catering
nothing-
when you got
They had
a
nothing for
talent
him.
in Cedric.
They
got
had nothing for
him.
him with They had nothing for him with Cedric. Why do I want to keep saying Cedric? They had nothing for him when Shelton was there. Now Shelton
Put him
ain't
back in
there.
NXT. Like Cedric Alexander is one of
I'm giving
my
his old music
personal, favorite cruiserweights.
Yeah.
Like,
Even though,
and I'm not saying this
Cedric's
because
not
we
even
had
a
Swole.
cruiserweight.
I'm not saying this because we had Swole on the show or because we love Swole. No,
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander is super fucking talented.
Yeah, and he's
And
not
it
a
makes-
cruiserweight. He's I'd
Well,
like
not
to see
anymore.
his shoot weight, but I hear what
Not
you're
anymore.
saying.
But
Cedric's a big guy. Let's not discredit Cedric.
it makes
Alexander. He's a big
zero
guy.
sense. It makes zero sense as to why Cedric Alexander is not gunning for the U.S. title,
Right.
or a mid card title, or even down at NXT. It makes zero sense to me why that man is not on TV every fucking week. It makes no sense to me why y'all broke up the Hurt Business to put Bobby Lashley with more niggas. That's not Cedric, or like I just and y'all know I love the Street Profits. It's just I just don't understand. Like, is it crack? Oh, I'm back, yo. Is it crack? Like, is it
Allegedly.
like no? It's not allegedly at this point because. It's just I'm not understanding as to why there's so many talented people on the fucking roster and you're doing nothing with them. Nothing. Nada, zilch, 999. Nothing. Like you were doing nothing with them. And it makes no sense why you're not doing anything with them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I digress.
No, I definitely agree. Okay. We gotta move this along a little bit. All right, so I know you mentioned something about SmackDown. We don't have to go through the whole show, but please mention what you would like to talk about with SmackDown, please.
Okay, so Dwayne, I sometimes forget I'm Black Johnson.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Because Knuckles like, what the hell? All right, I don't know. We got B.
I do what I want.
I know. Oh man.
So there was a segment with Pat McAfee and someone who shouldn't be around people under the age of 18.
That is also crazy.
Oh, y'all missed me. Anyway, there was a segment there, and The Rock's music played. And the people went insane. And I'm not gonna lie, I sat here and I popped too because I was not expecting that.
None of us were. Yeah.
I wasn't
texted
expecting
you,
that.
Mike. I texted you. I was like, "Yo, Road Warrior pop."
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. My dog came upstairs, was like, "Yo, are you good?" Like, I screamed. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Um, that was a great segment.
That was awesome,
You
man.
are an asshole, and I agree.
That was the worst editing I have
I
No,
ever
okay,
just
heard.
so this is the problem, right?
We
And
know why. We know why. But God,
yeah,
but
it's
come
just
on,
bad.
man.
You cannot edit. I think that segment was great, with the exception of that. Like, I think that
Yes,
editing out the Rock segment, I get
was
why,
bad.
right? But yeah, it was
it's
really bad.
Fox. The Rock is black
Yeah,
sometimes,
he's
and
black,
it's just sometimes, and
We've heard worse on Fox.
right?
King of the Hill,
pure,
King of the Hill,
unadulterated racism. Fox
Family
News
Guy shows.
alone.
Family Guy show is shown on Fox. That I rest my case.
Family Guy, King of the
Family Guy
Hill,
alone. Wait,
American
hold
Dad,
on. I like King of the Hill now. Hold on.
King of the Hill
No, and
can
I
be
Propane.
wasn't. I
borderline
wasn't. I
sometimes.
also wasn't disrespecting Family
Propane.
Guy. I was just saying.
Oh no, I don't care about Family Guy. But King of the Hill, propane. We won't
King
do
of the
that.
Hill is a great show. It's a great show, but it can,
It
Yeah,
can toe the line, yes.
yes.
But I think editing that out was like, okay, I get it.
terrible,
Um can I
terrible.
just say, and I'm gonna say it again, and I've said it on the show before, for those who forgot I am on this show. Um Austin Theory is just not it.
But the company feels like he is. And again,
He's
Austin
generic
Theory
white
in
guy
one
number
year,
4. He's
Austin,
generic white guy number 4. Him
I
and
don't
Sammy Guevara are the same person.
I
I don't know
think
about all that.
Samuel Ville. Yeah, I
I
don't know
don't
about
know
that
about
one
all
either.
that,
Him and
dog.
Sammy
But
Guevara are the same
I don't
person.
know about
oh
that.
man.
No, I said what I said.
Sammy Guevara is a better wrestler and a better entertainer than
I'll
Austin
agree with you
Theory.
on that. I'll agree with
I
you.
disagree, but it's fine.
Yeah. I look, you
Sammy,
may not
not
think that
Sammy.
Austin
I'm
Theory
sorry.
is it. We may not
No,
think that
he's not.
Austin
He's
Theory is.
not.
But the thing is, V, in 1 year, just this year alone, he defeated John Cena at WrestleMania. That shows the company cares about Austin Theory. He was now in a segment with The Rock on SmackDown. The Rock hasn't been on SmackDown in what, 4 years?
Austin Theory is going to be the modern day Simon Dean. Get beat up by, or matter of fact, not Simon Dean, but what's the
I'm
other
actually
dude's
gonna
name?
leave again. I'm actually going on a little hiatus. She said Simon Dean. I'm leaving. Bye.
Oh wow. V?
What's
Hey,
the
V?
what's the
V?
what's the I can't think of his name.
What live, pal?
He works in Impact right now. I can't think of his name. Redhead. Um oh man, he was in
Simon DeMore.
Nexus.
Wait.
No, he was in Nexus. Redhead.
Heath. Don't call him
Yes,
Slater.
Heath Slater. Heath Slater.
Yes, Heath. Don't call him Slater.
Yes, Heath Slater.
Oh
Or Heath,
man.
whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, he said Heath. Don't call him Slater. That's
Don't
what he
call him
said.
Slater. His
Yeah.
mama named him Slater. I don't call him Slater. But yeah,
Actually, she named him Miller, but okay. All
that
right, yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
But that run he had where he was getting beat up by all the legends.
I think it was different. I think that they actually feel like Austin Theory should be a big deal. I don't think Heath
Well,
ever was like looked
his
at as a big deal.
well, his time has run its course because there's a gentleman by the name of Grayson Waller who has taken his spot.
Yeah. I do think Austin's a better wrestler than Grayson Waller, and I've told you when Grayson Waller was in NXT, I found him to be entertaining. I
He
thought
was.
Grayson Waller, a lot of people have their own opinions about Grayson Waller. I think he is entertaining, but yeah, I mean, I don't see it for Austin, and I know you guys don't see it for Austin either. And
Sure don't.
I and I don't know. The company is like hell bent on making Austin Theory matter.
They're trying to
You
make
know,
fetch happen, and it's not going to happen. Like Grayson Waller is right there, and I think Grayson Waller is better
in
to
the
me.
ring, I think Austin's a better technically sound wrestler than Waller. Waller is unorthodox, which I like, but because you need people that's different.
But
But
Grayson
yeah.
Waller is essentially what Austin Theory was supposed to be.
Good
Mm,
God, I agree.
wow. Wow. Doom, doom, doom,
The
doom. All right.
opposite, the opposite of Renaissance track one. Not that girl.
Wow. Okay. All right. What else on SmackDown happened that we should probably discuss, if anything?
Yeah. Oof, mm.
Rock and Cena had a nice backstage. That was nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cena and Waller closed the show.
AJ, AJ,
AJ,
AJ, Cena, Jimmy.
yeah, that whole story.
Let's not go there.
Okay, we
But
won't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Friend.
fine.
because
Yeah, it's fine.
I have views about Jimmy and where he's at in the business right now, but I'll refrain.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure? It's an open.
It's not the
No,
night.
because I don't want the tropes on the internet to come headhunt for me.
Oh,
So
they're not so bad. We've had to deal with them before. It's okay.
okay, well to hell with it. I'll say it. Jimmy
I didn't know
Uso,
where we were going with this.
Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy Uso, Jimmy Uso looks really freaking weak right now. He looks weak as hell to me.
Good
Mm.
night, Moon.
Like
V?
really, like where his
Honestly,
brother, where his brother is taking off on Raw. This is just my opinion. His brother is taking off on Raw. Jimmy is looking like he don't know what the hell he want to do. Whether he wants to try to keep his brother from the turning into his cousin, or whether he wants to be in the bloodline and sitting there. I just don't know with Jimmy anymore. I'm confused as hell. Like hella confused.
Um, I don't know. I think this will eventually get to Jimmy being back in the bloodline for a little bit, and just so they can extend this whole thing between Jimmy and
Which would
Jake.
defeat the entire purpose. That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, like I said, I think they're just trying to waste time because Roman's not there right now. Jay's on a different show. You know, I think that's all that is.
But you could
I'm
have
not
put
gonna hold you,
you
no
could have put
Egyptian.
you could have put Jimmy versus Solo as a rivalry. That's brother versus brother.
Yeah, but I don't think they want to do that yet because they don't want to break up the bloodline.
I
I
am.
think that's what it is. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm Ti Red of the whole bloodline situation.
Right.
Um, a- at first I was like, okay, this is great, and Jimmy
T.I.
going to
Red.
another
Yeah, I read it.
show.
Crazy.
And
T.I.
shout out
Red.
to Kid Fury. Shout out to Kid
Red.
Fury because I did not make that up.
Yeah.
Did you not give credit?
I'm tired with
I
Bleach.
just don't. I know Paul Heyman says we at the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah,
For
we need
those
to.
who like baseball, you would understand that reference. Like someone that
Yeah.
used to play baseball. Hi, I understood that, but
Oh.
I they are trying to drag it, and I guess they're trying to have him beat Bruno Sammartino's record.
That's gonna be crazy. He'd have to make
That-
it past next year's WrestleMania. He'd have to make it, I think, all the way up until next October.
I to be real, I don't want that to happen.
Right. Neither do I.
I don't care for it to happen. Like, okay, we can have Roman in the top 5 or whatever. That's fine. Not all records need to be broken.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm glad Gunther broke Honky Tonk Man, fake ass Elvis.
The honky
No,
tonk
no
man.
records.
I don't. It's not. I don't think it's necessary. Like Roman Reigns has had a Hall of Fame career, and
Yeah,
even
without question.
if he doesn't beat that record, I don't think that sullies what he has done in the business.
It doesn't.
I think that for me, and this is just for me, I want to see the world champion on the show every week.
Yes.
Whether they are wrestling or not, like a segment or via satellite. I think for me, and I'm just speaking for me, for King V, I think that the bloodline has run its course.
That's fair.
Okay, the bloodline has become a blood clot. Like I am
Oh man.
I I'm very tired
Yeah.
because it's like and I like and this is not against Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns, and
Yeah.
it's just that okay, and I understand why he's dealing with his own personal health issues and stuff like that. And I'm not. This is not a slight against Roman. It's just the fact that we have all of this talent on the roster, and they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
In lieu of the bloodline, it's just
Right.
like what else is there to do? Like you're milking it, and it's like at this point it's like the little cartoon gun that just goes bang. Like it's it's tired, it's
Mm-hmm.
late, and it's at this point it's run its course for me.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do think if Roman wins at WrestleMania this year, he's gonna pass that Bruno record. Like that's it's clear that that would be the plan at this
If
point.
he
If they,
wins at WrestleMania this year, I will be pissed.
yeah, I mean, with all this talk that it's gonna be Rock and Roman again, here comes the talk again. And now it seems like it's more of a possibility. Because Rock actually mentioned
Well,
it.
well, before we get to Dwayne, um, so apparently the writers' strike, they're trying to make a deal with the writers and the actors, so that strike might be over soon. Dot dot dot. We don't know. So if that shit's over soon, Dwayne will be going right back to the movies, playing the same character, which is
But he
himself.
but he but he also said that I don't know if you saw him on a Pat McAfee show, but he was saying that the schedule he can control that. It just has to be the right time. Like it has to be for the right reason. But it's not so much everybody was saying, "Oh, it's the schedule, the movie schedule." He's like, "No, I can control that." So if we can still make this happen, but it has to be for the right reason.
And the
I know
fact
people are
that
going to
Pero,
be
he had
upset because they feel like Cody has to finish
finished the
the
story.
story.
finish the story. Pero tengo una pregunta.
Hot wait, well, one.
Yes, I have a question. Is Rock and Roman really needed?
We
Do
had
we
it. We
do
had
we
it, V.
do we need that match? Is it necessary?
V, we had it.
That's the biggest match you can do.
Did
Yeah,
V,
I mean?
we had it. We had it for WrestleMania 39. He admitted to it. He said Rock versus Roman was supposed to be the main event for WrestleMania 39, and something
right.
happened, and it did not happen. We had it.
He said he saw what was going on with Cody, and I think that's why it didn't happen for 39. Which
And
I'm
then
be
Cody
honest,
lost.
and then Cody
Exactly.
lost. Well, if
So,
Rock, if it's Rock versus Roman, Rock's gonna lose too. Let's
Exactly.
but does he need to beat The Rock? Like,
yes,
Yes.
yes,
does he?
yes, most
Yes.
Does
definitely,
he?
yes.
Okay,
And
so
Absolutely.
to put a bow on his whole
I'm
tribal chief thing,
curious,
yes.
no George. I'm curious, no George. Why? Like,
Because
okay, he's
because
beaten. I'm sorry.
because
Go ahead. My bad.
because the Rock, as far as Samoan legacy to the modern fan, is still the end all be all. No matter how long Roman's had the title, no matter how many times Roman has been on our TV and blah blah blah, whatever that.
He still
Everybody,
rocks. He still
he's
rocks little
still
cousin to a
thank
lot of
you.
people.
Exactly. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as Michael Jordan and LeBron James. The battle of who is the GOAT. Some people say Rock, some people say Roman. Roman has to beat him to stop that conversation. It has to happen.
And yeah, to Knuckles' point, I think that is the ultimate finishing of the story. I guess
Thank you.
yeah,
Yes.
Cody winning the title, and I'm gonna be fair, and I'm gonna be like totally honest. I don't think Rock and Roman need the title. That
No,
is
they
I was
do
something I
gonna
not.
don't
say
think they
that
need.
also.
They don't need the title,
They do
but I
not.
do think Roman needs to beat The Rock. That match is bigger than any world championship you could put on the line. I think Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania is the biggest match you can do today in wrestling.
And you know what? Another thing is, Rock versus Roman wouldn't be as important if this group was not called the Bloodline.
That's another thing. Yeah.
If this
Yeah.
group was called anything but the Bloodline, we would not have the conversation about Rock and Roman. Rock would have been out doing his own thing. We wouldn't have even mentioned it. But because it's named the Bloodline, that means you are putting the entire Samoan legacy into one big bowl. And at the top of that Samoan legacy right now is
Everybody
still
except Samoa Joe.
right. But at the top of that Samoan legacy is still The Rock.
Yeah.
So he has to beat it.
I agree. I don't disagree. I agree.
Yes.
So
All
if
right.
he goes off, if it happens to where, let's just say, shot in the dark, Roman has he main events both nights. If he faces The Rock on night one and wins, nobody's gonna be mad if he loses to Cody on night two.
Right.
But that would also mean that Codith would have to win the Royal Rumble.
Not
Again.
necessarily.
Well, yeah, true. Not
Oh,
necessarily.
again, no, you're right. That's not true because we'll get there because I have a prediction, or an early prediction for a Royal Rumble winner, and it's
Matt
never too
Cardona.
much. No, no, and
Wait,
it's
was
never
it?
too much. But anyway,
Oh,
Does it rhyme with LA Mike?
no,
Oh.
it doesn't actually.
Oh, I was just saying. Okay. All right. Oh, I just got it. So it's Gunther. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got it. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. I
It
just.
took a while. We
Yeah.
almost had it.
Yeah,
Is your battery going dead? All right.
yeah, a little
You
bit.
know, train is a little
Never
late.
too much. Got it. Yeah, got it.
It
Got it.
was a little
All right.
late.
All right. Gunther Van Jones
Right.
got it. All right. Got it. Okay. I mean, yeah, but I think Gunther has to lose the Intercontinental Championship first, and I think Chad Gable.
That's happening.
I
Yeah.
think Chad Gable should beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, and
I
Gunther
agree.
I
can
agree.
go on and focus on the world title now. Gunther can challenge Seth Rollins, and then we have Roman's Championship open. This is, of course, early booking, but if
Yeah.
Gunther was to win, Gunther could win, or it could be LA Knight. I could see them going all the way with LA Knight. We'll see what
I
happens.
see LA Knight being a Money in the Bank winner. Truthfully,
Okay, I could see
And
that too.
If he becomes a Money in the Bank winner, that's probably going to be a top 3 Money in the Bank holding, easily.
I just think that LA Knight.
That man said, "Look, he's easily top 2, and he ain't number 2." Yeah.
Yeah, I'm top 2 and I'm not 2. Definitely a Drake line, but okay. All right.
fuck that. I'm sorry. That weird nigga.
That's how you had to look.
I'm so tired of I'm so tired of Princess Peach. Anyway,
Oh, Peach.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right. SmackDown. Yeah. So just because Rock was on the show, I'm giving it an earful automatically. Like I don't really care about anything else.
I'm giving it a 3 count. I'm sorry.
You gonna give it a 3 count?
That's the Rock, dude.
Yeah,
That's the Rock.
it's the Rock. You
That
might.
pop.
I think you convinced me. 3 count.
That pop.
Rock's on the show. 3 count.
That pop is everything.
I can't give it a 3 count, and nor will I. I will give it an earful though.
Okay, I'll put the near full back up there for you.
That pop was everything, yo.
Yeah, it's you can't even say Road Warrior pop. That was Rock Pop. That was the Rock Pop. It's a Rock Pop.
Rock Pop.
Rock Pop.
I see what you did there.
Rock.
Pop rocks. Anyway.
Pop
rocks. Code Blue. All right.
Code Red.
Code Red.
All right.
Mountain Dew. Pitch Black.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
All right,
We're not doing that.
What was the other one they just used? Cheetos?
No,
all right.
cinnamon toast crunch.
It was cinnamon. Yeah. And an LA
Cinnamon.
Night match.
What'd you say?
In an LA Night match.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Anyway,
Definitely. Wonder
Yo,
Woman
did you
Thunder,
guys
Bray
did
Wyatt,
you
the Fiend.
guys see this website that's got a pair of Jordan 1s in the style of Bray Wyatt?
I did not. I'm not
Yo,
a
I gotta-
sneakerhead.
no,
I
send
gotta
them
send
to
it.
me because I
gotta
might
send
want.
that to y'all. I gotta send that to y'all if I can find it.
I might want them.
Is there anything that happened on Collision worth talking about?
No.
All right. Monday Night Raw.
No.
Okay. I guess we should still rate them.
Jay made his decision, so we'll see what goes after that.
Yeah, we knew he wasn't gonna join Judgment Day, but I thought Raw was fine. I don't know. It was fine. I give it a 2 count. Without going into
Keep that up there.
Okay.
Yep. Leave it.
NXT obviously was about Becky and the Tiffany story.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay down. Actually,
Here's no disrespect, because I have the utmost respect and gratitude for Natalia, but they fucked this one up. How you gonna have Becky go out there and say, "Yeah, I'm making an open challenge for any new and upcoming star"?
Oh, this
who
is
is
Raw.
supposed to be that was Raw. I thought that was NXT.
that was
it
Raw.
was Raw. You're right.
NXT was when she was like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Yeah.
Hop on pop, all the places you go. Like Horton here's a who, like whatever that promo she cut, like
Horton
Oh man.
Abby, get your adverbs here. Like conjunction, junction, what's your function? Like
we're getting the rematch at No Mercy.
What are we, Kevin Nash now?
The
adjectives play.
Look, I know the difference between adjectives and verbs. Verb is an action word, and adjectives describe the noun.
Which means play is not an adjective.
It's not. It's a verb.
Dummy, yeah.
It's what you do. Dummy, yeah. Like.
All right. Okay.
Can I just say this as a side note, and we'll get to NXT in a minute. Kevin Nash, sit your goofy ass down, please. Have a seat, please. Please.
I'm pretty sure this has something to do with LA Knight.
Yeah.
Why
I'm staying.
Why is he riding him like that?
I too have a bad knee, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. I think sometimes, to quote Jilly from Philly, or maybe we could just be silent.
All right. NXT. So Becky was gonna go after Kiana and Tiffany after they jumped her in the opening segment. She was gonna go after them 2-on-1 in the main event. Taya Valkyrie did not allow that. Okay, that's not it.
Oh Lord, that ain't it.
Wrong company, wrong show.
It's the same name. The girl that has the same name as Taya Valkyrie.
Laya Valkyria.
Yes, Laya Valkyria was not trying to let that happen.
Daenerys Targaryen.
I'm not in it.
Like I said, Taya Valkyrie was not with it, and she teamed up with Becky. I guess that was cool. Roxy offered, but Roxy had a tough match earlier, I guess, in the show. I forgot who she faced. Did she face Lola Vice? I think she did. And Lola Vice is over. She's over with that NXT crowd. She is good.
Really good.
She's really good.
Better than what was the Elektra Lopez. Yes, she's actually better than Elektra Lopez.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, shout out to Lola Vice, but Roxy did get the win. And Roxy wanted to go and team up with Becky, and Becky's just like, get the arm checked out.
Not Roxy, Roxanne, no Shantae.
Wow, Roxanne. It's Roxy. Okay, that's Roxy. All right, that's Roxy.
Gonna be Roxy. Sorry, that was a very Broadway of me. Sorry.
Wow.
Keep going. That was very
No,
theater.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to think of anything else happen. I feel like Dragunov was out there for something.
Yeah, he was there. He appeared a while. Dragunov.
Oh, Carmelo and Dom, which I called last week that I said it was going to be a non-finish. I was like, I smell this being a non-finish, like, because you can't have either one of them lose. You can't have the dirty felon, Dominic Mysterio.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't have the dirty felon.
Misdemeanor, but it's fine. No Elliot.
Misdemeanor. I
misdemeanor. No Elliot. It's fine.
Misdemeanor. Oh,
sure he wasn't working something in. All right. Hey, if that's what he's into. Anyway, I don't know if mommy was pleased. All right, let's just continue though. Let's just keep going. Yeah, so that was a non-finish. So yeah, NXT was cool. You know, it wasn't the NXT last week. You know what I mean? NXT was cool. I guess NXT a 2 count.
Keep that up there for me.
All right, well, there it is. Too sweet. Okay. All right. Last but not least, let's get into Grand Slam, guys. And Knuckles wants to point out a couple of things from Grand Slam. We don't have to go over the whole show. Yes, congratulations to Eddie Kingston. He beat Claudio Castagnoli. Yes, Claudio loses another Ring of Honor World Title match at Off the Ash Stadium, second year in a row. Because last year he got screwed by Chris Jericho. But that's a whole nother story. But congratulations to Eddie Kingston that lost 2 times at Grand Slam. But yes, Sammy and Jericho had a good match. Jericho beat Sammy, and Sammy did the whole Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels. Like, yeah, I thought that was cool. That was a nice callback. That was a nice callback. So Sammy's heel again. Don Callis.
Oh, I skipped that.
No, it's good. It's good stuff there. I'm not even going. It's good stuff. I know you skipped it, but it's good stuff. Yeah, good shit. You want to know what was good? I like the Roderick Strong Kingdom stuff from the hospital, and when Adam,
I already know what you're gonna say.
Adam. I love that stuff. Like, I can't believe Roderick. This is the most I've cared about Roderick Strong in 10 years.
Right.
Wow.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. This is the most.
It's true though. And plus, I like the you muted, Mike. Mike, you're muted. All we saw was this.
Well, while that's happening, meh for me.
I like the fact that I don't know what the Kingdom, their names are. Matt Taven and what's the other one?
Fucking last name, not Canellas. Jesus. Okay. Well, Maria's husband.
Oh, Mike Canellas.
Mike. Oh my God, Mike Bennett. Shit.
Mike Bennett. There you go.
Mike Bennett.
I like how Mike Bennett was like, I'll take it from here, nurse. I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all doing out here. The nurse was sitting there on the side of Roderick's bed, and he was like, oh, I'll take it from here, nurse. Stone Cold callback.
Yeah, that was dope. I did.
Yeah, AEW is clever. They're clever in what they do. They know.
Are you back with us, Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
Okay.
All right.
It's his gimmick again, ladies and gentlemen.
This gimmick is going on.
Right. All right.
Yeah. All right. All right. I had to hit my gimmick a couple of times for it to work. All right. So, okay. So, yeah, I like the Roderick Strong. I like anytime AEW does something different and goes to a different location. You know what I mean? It does something outside. I thought that was really cool. I thought we was gonna get like a Vince McMahon like Stone
A
Cold.
bedpan.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening
Well,
here?
he
But
did it. I mean, Mike Bennett did do it. I was telling V, like I just said to V, I was like, when he said, "Oh, I'll take it from here,
but yeah.
nurse." I was like,
Oh man,
I was
yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
And was the nurse Tiara James?
I knew she looked familiar, but I
Ye-
couldn't
I
place her
think
name.
so.
I think it was. I
She
think
looked
it was.
familiar.
I think the
She
nurse was
looked very
Tiara James.
familiar.
Obviously Tiara James, Northeast independent wrestler, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that she would be on AEW. I'm gonna look into that.
Yo, that was Sierra James.
It was, right?
Wasn't she supposed to be a Jobber Slam?
Don't remind me about that. I was supposed to inquire about that. I'll
Yes,
find out.
absolutely. That was absolutely her. Praise God. Okay.
Knuckles. All right.
Hey,
Anyway,
nobody knows what I'm giving them thanks for. Don't judge me.
easy, big fella. All right. Don't slap your gimmick too hard. All right.
Oh
Anyway,
Jesus! Oh,
we gotta keep
I'm
going
going
here.
back. I'm leaving again.
No,
I
please
can't.
don't. Please don't. We're happy to have you back. All right. Moxley, Ray Phoenix. Knuckles, take it away.
Whew.
Listen to me. Firstly, I'm going to, just in case you don't, if you want to hear it in more detail, I would advise you to go on YouTube and look up the Steven Richards podcast. He laid it out plain and simple.
Stevie has a really good channel there.
He does
Where
have a
he really
great
does.
channel. He's very
Yeah.
knowledgeable about his stuff. Having
Yeah.
said that, the fact that John got dumped on his head twice, I don't like that at all. And the rumor and innuendo said that Moxley got concussed earlier in the match,
You could see it. You could
which
actually see it.
means 2/3 of that match he was wrestling concussed.
Yeah.
Now, I will sit there and say, and I'll revert back to Stevie Richards. Let's talk about Rick Knox for a minute, shall we?
The ref.
Yes, the
The
referee.
ref. The referee has one job. Count 2, 3.
He has more than just that, but
But
I'll
that's
let you
his
go.
main. That's his
Yeah.
main. Whether it's story or not. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. That's the thing. You got to count, or look for a tap out. The fact that he stopped the count. Now Stevie said, "Listen, your job is to continue the count no matter what. If the wrestler doesn't kick out, that's his fault. You can't sit there and make an assumption just because you're unsure of what the finish
The
might
finishes.
be."
That's
or-
literally what I said when I was watching it live. Before I didn't get the chance to see what Stevie said, but I literally, as I'm watching it live, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, Knox probably forgot to finish.
Right, and I don't even think.
I mean, he forgot to finish because he was like on Dream Street.
Yeah.
That nigga
And
was in the
honestly-
moon. He was in the Moonwalker movie at this point.
Moonwalker is crazy.
Yeah.
But Knox is supposed to count no matter what,
Yes, the referee.
especially if you're unsure.
Yeah.
So that way, I mean, you're sitting there, you're looking at his shoulders. If his shoulder doesn't come up, you've got to count. You have to do that. That way, there'll be no liability on you. If it wasn't supposed to end like that, oh, Moxley was supposed to kick out. I couldn't. I was concussed. Then you move on from them, but you botched it, and then Mox said, "Do it again." He's laying on the mat. He says, "Do it again." So he picks him up and he drops him on his head even worse than he did the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
while he's already concussed.
And Stevie Richards, again, I watched this whole clip today, makes another good point. This referee at some point has to sit there and notice that something isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to protect John Moxley from himself.
Right. There's no way Knox didn't realize, because I noticed the first he got concussed the first like 30 seconds of the match.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It was literally the first, like,
everybody
I'm sitting
in
there
that
watching it
building
at
knew something
home.
wasn't right.
And I said, because I was watching
He's in the
it, I was watching
days.
with my girl, and I said to her, I'm like, no,
Hey, sis.
Mox is out. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's not here.
Mox is out. I can tell. Look, when you've been watching wrestling for as long as we have, and have been fortunate enough to be around wrestlers as much as we have now, you can tell when there's something wrong, when there's something off. I said, no, Moxley is out. They need to go home now.
Right.
Moxley continued, and I said, all right, maybe he's okay. Maybe he was just a little like,
Days.
Yeah.
But Knox, as the referee who has direct contact with the guys in the ring, have to know that, hey, Mox, are you okay? Like, you know what I mean? And even if Moxley tells you I'm fine, because Moxley's gonna tell you he's
Still
fine.
got to have better judgment.
You got it. Yeah, you got to call it. You have to call it as the referee. Again, yes, it's a work, right? But there are some aspects of wrestling that is not a work. That referee is one of the most important people in the ring because they're the ones that legitimately can stop this and get some help because they have direct contact with the back. They have direct contact with the ringside doctors and all of that stuff. So if you still want to keep, and I'm going to use it because we are in it, but I don't want to make it a habit. If you want to keep kayfabe, right, have the referee do it. Because at the end of the day, yeah, Moxley is not going to just get up and basically ruin the business, even though you got to put your health first. He's not going to get up and ruin the business. Hey, I'm concussed. Let's end this now and put the title on Rey Fenix. Moxley's not going to do that. Knox has to be the one to do that. Now, at the same time,
Moxley is the one that called the audible.
Right. And at the same time, I'm not gonna put all of the blame on Knox because if Moxley's telling him he's fine, and if he's still going, Knox is not a doctor. Okay, so let's just make it clear. He's not a doctor. If Moxley's telling him he's okay, and he still looks semi okay,
that's the problem. He didn't look okay.
After a while, he did. I didn't notice it too much until towards the end of the match. I'm like, all right, it does look like Moxley's like out of it. But just as a viewer, I noticed it at first, and then Moxley kept going, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's okay. And then I noticed it again towards the end. And then to your point, Knuckles, about the referees are supposed to count. Yes, I know for a fact the referees are instructed. You treat it like a shoot. If the person does not kick out, they don't kick out. You know, it's not on you. You're supposed to count that. Now, referees are human beings. Okay.
Yeah.
And they don't want to mess up. They don't want to feel like they're the ones that's messing up something. Right. So if they talked about it in the back, like, hey, the finishes, Moxley goes over Death Rider and Phoenix hits his finish and Moxley doesn't kick out. The human instinct in Knox might be like, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to stop because Moxley's supposed to kick out and he didn't, you know, and maybe he didn't even realize in that very moment that Moxley didn't actually kick out. Cause like in his mind, again, like V was saying, sometimes you're on autopilot. Okay. They're going to go to this spot, then this spot. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, he didn't. Okay. He didn't kick out. Well, I stopped the count already because I thought he was going to kick out. And I remember, and this happens often, more often than people realize, but we're old, so I remember this. I remember Kurt Angle versus The Rock, where The Rock actually beat Angle.
Yeah.
And Earl Hebner, legendary referee Earl Hebner, Hall of Fame referee Earl Hebner, rock bottom, 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out, even though Kurt never kicked out. And Rock said to Earl, I'm gonna rock bottom this son of a bitch again, and you better count the fucking 3. Told him like straight like that, like yeah, like because he was pit, like because Rock's looking at him like, bro, you forget you're a human being, like you forget, and you don't want to be the person that messed up a finish. So
yeah,
with all of that being said, none of that matters if the competitor's hurt, and you can tell that he's hurt.
Mox fucked up. Yeah,
that's my biggest problem right there. If you sit there and you count and you stop the count and Moxley doesn't get up, clue number 1, something isn't right. That right there. The fact
Yeah,
that
but
you
you've already
stopped the
started the
count.
countdown. Yeah. So
No,
now
but
what
I'm
do you do?
saying you got the
Yeah.
2 and you
Yeah.
stop expecting him to kick, and
Yeah.
he doesn't kick.
Yeah.
Something isn't right here.
Well, I think he knew that then once Moxley didn't
So
kick
why
out.
would you? So why would you sit there and have Ray dump him on his head again?
Well, I mean, he didn't have Ray dumping and Ray.
Yeah,
That's probably something that Ray and Moxley called right then and there. Moxley probably was like, "Do it again, do it again."
That's
I
exactly
can
what he
see.
said. He said, "Do it again, do it again." But
Well, yeah, there you go.
the
And
second one was worse than the first.
it was. It was.
it was.
And knowing that Moxley had a concussion already now, like it was
You
just
putting that
super.
man in major danger, bro. That
Yeah.
second one, you can see Moxley's neck compress. You can see it. It's
Yeah.
cringeworthy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Well,
not
I
cool.
wish Moxley a speedy recovery. That's not what they had planned, I'm sure, for the international championship. But I wish Mox
what
a
it
speedy
is.
recovery. And maybe unfortunately, this is a blessing in disguise because Mox been running hard for a long time.
Yeah.
He needs the time off. Okay, Tony,
It's
hey
true.
Tony Gunn. Moxley needs
Yeah.
the time off. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure I make that. No, I really didn't think he was gonna get dumped on his head like
Yeah,
that right there on live television in New York, man. But you know what? Sometimes shit happens, man. So seeing that it happened like that, man. I'm gonna let John Moxley go home, and Ray Phoenix is gonna be a great international champion. Ray, stay tuned for Rampage.
Same thing.
And that's just bump one.
Yeah, exactly. I thought he was gonna be here for Rampage. Yeah, we got 2 hours. It's Grand Slam. Anyway, but yeah, so that
Right.
happened. Speedy recovery to John Moxley. Congratulations to Ray Phoenix, I guess, for winning the international championship. Unfortunately, it's under those circumstances, but Ray's great. So
The win is
Yeah.
the win.
sure be fine. Yeah. All right. Quickly, Saraya beat Tony Storm. Expected that. No Mercedes.
Next.
Yeah, next. No Mercedes. Trying to see what.
I like Ruby Riot. No, Ruby Riot. Ruby Soho, as well as Tony Storm, giving like Marilyn Monroe and very old school women's wrestling and nothing for a noodle neck. Anyway, moving left and right along.
MJF wrestled Samoa Joe.
Okay.
For the world title.
All right.
In the main event.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
I don't like MJF. I think I've made that clear.
I don't think
those very, very racist comments back in 2014, using the word nigga, throwing water or alcohol on that black child. Yeah, I don't see it for MJF. Don't.
I think you're using.
Well, I can't say I don't see it for him.
Yeah,
MJF's definitely
see it as like
star
as a total. He's talented. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's not talented, but fuck him. Anyway,
well, I've been saying that for years. People finally starting to understand.
So he decided that he was gonna reference my favorite wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman. In that little pre whatever, it was a video package or whatever. The Bret one.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
I did too.
And I'm pretty sure I got a text when somebody like, "Oh, that's your favorite wrestler," right? I was like, yeah, that's a reference that I wasn't expecting him to make. I'm adopted. Okay,
Yeah.
he made it very MJF, which is fine. Came out in Mets gear, so it's just like, okay, so this is what we're doing.
They do play next door.
I mean, I'm not a Mets fan.
He had every New York team on there except
he had everybody.
He did.
He had the Buffalo Bills. What the hell?
I mean, they are a New York team.
They are, and they're Taz's favorite football team. But yes, please continue.
So yeah, that was I guess it was cute or whatever for him. Leave Brett out of this. Sorry.
Oh man. Again, as much as an ass MJF is, as much as it's just a jerk he is, I mean, it's MJF, right? So like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
entertaining. It's gonna be, it is what it is. I was entertained thoroughly throughout the whole main event.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
really quick. I'm
yeah,
sorry, Mike. What I
yeah.
didn't like was this very discriminatory sign that somebody brought towards MJF. For those who are not aware, MJF is Jewish.
Yes, he's make that very clear.
And it was a very offensive sign.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he actually posted on it on his Twitter. So I
Mm.
saw it. I was like, "Ooh, this is yeah. Come
But
on,
you know
y'all."
what, V,
It
and
is New York.
it's New York. Two wrongs don't make a right, but like, and this is the energy that MJF brings, though. Like, I look, he gives out that same energy, so I can't be
Yeah,
like
I mean,
surprised at people. You
yeah,
get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you get what
yeah.
you get what you got coming to you at the end of the day. So it is what it is. I can't feel bad about it. I'm not gonna like MJF. Probably in some weird way, probably respected it. I don't even know what it said, but I'm sure in some backhanded type of way, MJF probably respected it because it's probably something he would have did.
It was
Um,
backhand. It was backhanded and anti-Semitic. It was backhanded like that. Yeah,
right. Well,
yeah.
MJF's still world champion. To no surprise. The biggest surprise is we had another injury. Adam Cole. I don't know what's going on with that ramp, and I noticed it immediately. But
Oh,
Adam
when he
Cole got hurt
fell.
when when he
He
jumped off
he
the
he
the
jumped off of
ramp.
it to come to ringside and he hurt himself.
Yeah, and he was like limping. I'm like, oh my god. I'm watching. I'm like, yo, I think Adam's hurt.
Yeah.
And he was, because they said he went to the hospital after. So, what is going on? Congrats to AEW for drawing 10,000 people to Grand Slam, which I didn't think was gonna happen. Yeah, I definitely did not think that was gonna happen because, I mean, should they be worried? They started off with 20,000, and then the year after that it was 15,000, and now this year it's 10,000. That's not a good trend. Meanwhile, WWE is selling out every last show that they have, like for the most part. Is this a bad trend?
By the numbers, yes.
Yeah.
We also have to take into consideration that wrestling in general is peaks and valleys, and every company goes through its peaks and valleys, whether they are long-standing or new.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I've said this before in the show. I think AEW needs more structure.
Yeah. I agree.
And the issue with AEW is that there's no structure, which is why I always say it's like playing Super Smash Brothers. It's like playing any kind of melee game. You are playing Tekken, the new Mortal Kombat 1 that just came out. It's just chaos and negativity everywhere.
Yeah.
And there needs to be more structure in AEW and, not have certain wrestlers be, in top spots also.
Super kick party. All right.
Moving left and right along. I think the issue with AEW once again is that there's no structure. I feel like if there was like a booking team, a writing team, and Tony Khan doesn't do everything, I think that they would be a little bit more successful. It's like they are understanding. Tony Khan is understanding what people are liking or what they don't like, but at the same time, when there's like something over there and some explosion over here, and then there's a cat over there, and then like distraction puppy. I feel like if there was more of a structure with AEW, I think that they would yield better results than they have been. And that's just my personal opinion.
I agree. I definitely think they could use more structure and they could use an actual, maybe not a writing team. Like you don't need 30 people like the WWE.
No, you don't need 85 people. You do not.
Yeah.
need 28,000 people to write one show.
Right. But you also need more than one person to write 3 shows.
Yes, I agree.
Collision, yeah. Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, yeah. And
Yeah,
Ring of
you're
Honor,
right.
so 4 shows.
Yeah.
So yeah. I thought Grand Slam was good. I did not go this time, and that's just an indication on my own personal finances. But I would have went if you know if one okay. My personal finances aside, AEW needs to lower the ticket prices for this show, and I'm talking specifically for like the New York area. There's no reason why I should be paying $300 for like middle level seats.
Oh no, you're not.
That's
We're not gonna see Beyonce. You know,
right.
we're not
Well,
seeing Michael
Beyonce had another
Prince.
300 to that one.
Like
But
we're
yeah,
not Beyonce, Prince, Michael, Whitney, Stevie. You are none of those people
right.
for
Yeah.
AEW, and that's no shame. Like you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be charging that much.
No.
Or like, if I wanted to watch an AEW show, I can turn on a Nintendo Switch, put in Super Smash Brothers,
Oh my god.
pick my main Pikachu, and have a blast. And I just no. Mm-mm. You're not even WWE. Like,
No,
come
I
on,
wouldn't even pay.
relax,
Okay.
relax.
I have paid
Calm
that
your
for
nine.
like pay-per-views. Like I paid that for SummerSlam one year. But like for the most part, I'm not paying that for Dynamite, bro. Like I'm just not doing it. I know it's a Grand Slam and everything. It's off the ash, and they're trying to. I think the problem is also, and I will shout out Cody for this because Cody made sure that when he was there, they kept the tickets at a reasonable price. They shot up over the last couple of years. The first Grand Slam, I paid half of what they're asking now for that same seat. That's ridiculous. So you've gone up 50%, like that's crazy to me.
Well, their stock is going up too, Mike. A little bit.
But you're not giving you. We're not. Look, there's no CM Punk. You know.
Yes, talk about it.
Let me be real. Let me be real. Okay. People like MJF.
Yeah.
I'm not spending $300 to see MJF.
No.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm actually not. I'm not spending $300 to see Kenny Omega. Sorry. I don't want to see the Young Bucks. Sorry. No, actually, I'm not. And I'm not saying these people aren't stars. I'm not saying that. That I'm not saying. But if you're gonna just give us like choose your character, like I don't. I'm not spending $300. Now I would spend $300 maybe to see a Roman Reigns.
Right. Okay.
I would spend Well, let me be real. I would spend $300 to see Bianca Belair. I don't care. Like I would spend good money to see Bianca Belair. I don't care.
And I might be,
go
ahead, B.
I'm not. I'm not. And I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be discouraging towards the AEW talent, but a lot of them aren't in that range as of yet.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying that they'll never get there.
We have to be honest we have to be honest with ourselves at where we're at on like, the total phone. I'm sorry to say it, but like there isn't anybody as big as Roman Reigns there. There isn't anybody in the women's division as big as Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch or Charlotte or give me some more people, Rhea, or like the list just keeps going. Yeah, right. Like Io Sky, you know what I mean?
Like it's not, and I'm not saying that these people
Liv Morgan. Sorry.
I'm not saying that these people aren't good at all. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, we have to be a little bit real with ourselves and self-aware.
Right.
Like I'm not supporting I was gonna say something really rude, about
Stay tuned for Rampage. All right.
Powder. I'm not supporting that habit. All things considered, but I'm not. I'm not gonna spend $300 to be in the middle to see, somebody I don't know
Yeah.
versus somebody I kind of know.
Right.
I'm so sorry. It's not that. Like I'm gonna be real. I love NXT. I wouldn't be spending $300 to see anybody in NXT
No,
either.
there's nobody in NXT that I'm spending $300.
Well, there's Lash
For
Legend,
me,
Jakara Jackson,
I'm not paying $300 to see
or
either one of them.
someone. A lot of.
Not paying.
Okay,
Those girls, but
but
there's nobody on NXT I'm paying $300.
no.
As much as I love her, I'm not paying $300 to see Nikita Lyons either.
Right. Hey, well, yeah. He's
I
not
wouldn't be spending
$1.
any money
Yeah.
in the show.
But it's fine. I'll just, and this is my last point. I'm not gonna spend that money, especially when I could watch them at UBS for half of that price, right, and closer. I get really good seats, and I'm not like trying to brag or anything like that. But if I can't get good seats to these shows, I don't go. That's where
And
I'm at in my life.
I've never been to Arthur Ashe, so I don't know how it looks there. Because it's like, if it was at MSG, I would understand if it was at Madison Square. I would understand if it was at Barclays. Okay,
Right.
You're essentially paying for the venue.
Yeah, but
Cool.
But they're not charging that at those venues. That's the thing. Like you're
Fair.
not for the same seat at like a Barclays Center. I'd probably spend maybe $100 to $150, maybe, right? Versus at Off the Ash where it's over $100 more. You know what I'm saying? For like a higher up seat.
It's the quantity of seats.
Right. It's because it's 20,000. It's a 20,000 seat stadium or however big it is or whatever. And honestly, the ring is further away because the seats are further away. That's just how it is. So it's like you have to spend a pretty penny to really get a good seat there. To really now, I do give AEW credit because how they set it up. No matter where you're at in the building, you have a pretty good view of it. But still, if I'm gonna pay that much money, I want to have good seats. And like I said, UBS, I was literally right above the floor. The section right above the floor, right hard camera. John, if you're watching, you always ask these questions about wrestling shows, so pay attention, pal. But yeah, I usually have the section right next to hard camera, and I pay sometimes I pay under $100.
Yeah, you saw where I was sitting. You saw where I was sitting when Dynamite and Raw came.
Yeah,
I sat in the same area, and I paid for that Dynamite. I might have paid $125, maybe.
Yeah, I think I paid probably about $100 last time I went to UBS.
$100, and for Raw, I might have paid since I took my son with me. I might have paid about $225
for the total, right? Yeah. When I took my girl to her, because I took her to her first wrestling show, like ever, right? So like when we went, I took her to a Raw. It was a good Raw too because the dark matches when Roman was working all of those dark matches for like 6 months straight. He's working all of the Raw dark matches.
Did she forget you were sitting there?
Yeah, she did. As soon as Roman came out there, she forgot. I still have a video. Wow. I have to get her permission to show you guys. But yeah, I still have a video of her like just in awe when Roman came out there. I thought it was cute. But anyway, it's okay. I'm not that guy, so it's all right. But yeah, because I was doing the same thing when Bianca came out, and she had no issue with it. Anyway, so I probably paid for both of our seats. Probably like $200 total after tax, after all of that. And we had, you guys saw like the view that I had. We had like amazing seats. Like I'm talking like spectacular. So like literally the ring right in front of us. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation about seating and Off the Ash. But I just say that to say this. Please, AEW, lower your ticket price in the New York area, and maybe you guys will have an increase in seats. When you want to lower it more, so that more people can be in there, you're
Yes.
gonna make more. If you put it this way, right? Because they set up the building. This is the last thing I'll say on it, I promise. They set up the building for I think 11,000 fans, right? So they knew they weren't gonna get that, as many people as they had originally. How about you set up the building for 15? Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How about
Good
you
luck,
set up
pal.
the building for how about you set up the building for 15 to like 17,000 people, but you lower your ticket prices. You can get 15,000 people in New York.
Yeah.
That should be easy for you. You know what I'm saying? You can get 15,000. I've seen a lot of people say, nah, the tickets are too high. But that's it. It's 2 a.m. in the morning, East Coast time here. So this has been fun. Okay. It's always nice to see V. We're so happy that you're here tonight. We love you, my brother. Everybody that's watching, make sure you like, subscribe, you share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay.
Next week we have the first title defense of Sway Thomas.
Sway. Yeah.
We have
Do
prediction.
Yeah.
Yes, we have predictions next week for
No
Yes.
Mercy and Dreamcast.
How Dreamcast? That's Sega. That's Sega.
The AEW Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Sponsored by Sega.
Right.
Sega.
Or nigga. Oh. Anybody that got that guy.
I'm not doing an outro. This is my first time back in 6 weeks.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the outro. Description box below.
Read. Reading is fundamental.
Listen,
okay, a mind is a terrible wind.
Butterflies in the sky.
I can get twice as high.
Listen,
okay. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading motherfucking Rainbow, and we're finished. I'm out. Bye.
Description box. I can go anywhere.